Good afternoon, and thank you all for joining us today at the Mesa Council on College Access Center to recognize National Service members for the Mayor's Day of Recognition for National Service. I'm Michelle Alvis-White, Citywide Volunteer Program Coordinator for the City of Mesa. First, I'd like to introduce today's speakers. We are thrilled to have Wendy Spencer, Corporation for National and Community Service CEO, has traveled from Washington, D.C. to join us here today. Bob Sjogren. Bob Sjogren, Governor's Commission on Service and Volunteerism Director. Amy Trethewey, Mesa Council on College Director. And the Honorable Mesa Mayor John Giles. I'd also like to introduce some very important people in our audience today. Councilmember David Luna and City Manager Chris Brady. It is my pleasure to introduce Wendy Spencer. In April 2012, the U.S. Senate unanimously confirmed Wendy Spencer as the CEO of the Corporation for National and Community Service. CNCS is a federal agency that administers AmeriCorps, Senior Corps, and the Social Innovation Fund, among other programs. Her efforts to engage elected officials include creating what we are celebrating today, the annual Mayor's Day of Recognition for National Service. It's a national, bipartisan effort engaging more than 1,000 mayors and recognizing the impact of national service and expressing appreciation for Senior Corps, AmeriCorps, and volunteerism. Welcome, Wendy.
Thanks, Michelle. And Michelle is a proud AmeriCorps alum, so we're excited about that. It's great. All right, I want to feel some national service love here. I want you all those. I don't know what those parking things are for, but they're not for you. So come on in. Come on. I want to feel your love. Yes, like good AmeriCorps members and Vistas and Senior Corps will do. There we go. Now I'm feeling the love. That's much better. It's great to be here. You know, Michelle represents 900,000 AmeriCorps alums since 1994. It's fantastic. It's a movement now, right? I don't know what number you decide it's a movement, but 900,000 certainly is. So before the end of the administration, we'll have 1 million AmeriCorps members and Vista members and NCCC members who have served, which is really exciting. And I'm thrilled to be here today. Looking forward to this day in Mesa. And I understand that the weather is like this every day year-round. The Chamber of Commerce told me that. Especially in August, so I thought maybe I'd move here in August and make sure you guarantee me this beautiful weather. It's just fantastic. And on the East Coast, we've had our share of cold weather, so I think I need to just telework, bring a new meaning to telework here, which is great. Speaking of teleworking, we have a great team in Arizona that represents you well and takes care of all your national service needs. Kimberly Will, our state director, is here. Neil and also Jackie are here as well. A mighty team of 3 that take care of all your national service needs from our office, but you're also in the great caring hands of a wonderful Governor's Commission on Volunteerism for Arizona, which is led by my dear friend Bob Sjogren. So Bob, thank you so much for your leadership as well. And I know you're supported with Erica and others as well. So you've got great leadership and you're in good hands with leaders who are taking care of you. So I'm very proud that nationwide today we have 75,000 AmeriCorps members. We have 270,000 Senior Corps volunteers from senior companions and RSVP and foster grandparents serving communities across the nation. Those AmeriCorps and Vista and NCCC and Senior Corps participants engage another 4 million Americans in service all throughout the year. And what that means, they're also serving in 60,000 locations. And I'm trying to get around to visit every location. I'm not there yet, but this is my 44th state. So I'm proud of that, and in 3 years. So I hit my 3-year anniversary this week. But with AmeriCorps members and Vista and Senior Corps serving in 60,000 locations, what that means is just about any street I stand out, just randomly anywhere, I could shout out AmeriCorps, Senior Corps, are you out there? And somebody randomly would say, yeah, I'm over here. Now, I'm going to give this a shot. I've never missed this. AmeriCorps, Senior Corps, are you out there? It works every time. I love it. Okay, I really knew that was cheating. I knew that I would get that, but it's really, I'm really pleased that we have strong representation here. Let me tell you a little bit of, and I'm going to tell you the numbers for Mesa in a minute, but let me give you the background, which is interesting on Mayor's Day of Recognition for National Service. It's 3 years ago, almost to the day, I visited my first mayor in Philadelphia, Mayor Michael Nutter, great supporter of national service. And he said, Wendy, here's what we're going to do. He was head of the U.S. Conference of Mayors at the time. He said, we're going to select a day where mayors will have an opportunity to thank the AmeriCorps members and the Senior Corps volunteers around the country on the same day. And I went back to my staff. I said, that's a brilliant idea. I'm in. Went back to my staff. I said, all right, let's do this. If we could just get 300 mayors to say they appreciate AmeriCorps and Senior Corps, I would consider it a success. So we worked real hard. We had the first year, which was great success. Second year, great success. And do you know that today, across the country, we have 2,630 mayors proclaiming support for national service. It is the largest coalition of mayors who have rallied around any issue ever, anytime. And I'm going to continue to say that until somebody corrects me. But I know it's true because it's been verified by the National League of Cities and the U.S. Conference of Mayors. And isn't it fitting that we found something that unites America, national service and volunteerism? Don't we need something to pull our communities together, nationwide and in regions and in local communities? I think it's just great that mayors have chosen this day, the first Tuesday of every April, to take time out of their important and busy schedules to say, you know what, I care about the year of sacrifice that our AmeriCorps members and VISTA members are doing and our Senior Corps participants. And I thank you, Mayor Giles, for taking the time and leadership to thank these important national service participants. You are stepping up as a leader across the country, and I know you care deeply about national service. And Councilmember Luna, I know too, I read your bio, you care about service deeply too. And you all are in great hands when you have leaders like Councilmember Luna and also Mayor Giles who care about service and understand that government can't do it alone. But partnering with the private sector, the faith community, the nonprofit sector, and in just good old-fashioned citizens getting it done, that's when you can have the magic of solving problems at the local level. And I'm thrilled that today we have in Mesa, just in Mesa, 430 AmeriCorps members and Senior Corps volunteers. An investment on our part of about $560,000, an investment from the local community of almost $200,000 to make sure that we are engaging our citizens in national service in important programs. And some of the programs supported right here in Mesa: Teach for America, Public Allies, ASU program is doing a great job, Experience Matters, Operation Second Wind, I love that name. Dan Wallum is here with United Way, and it's a great program sponsored by United Way. The East Valley Adult Resources, the RSVP program, the Hands-On Greater Phoenix, also the Senior Corps program and the Foster Grandparent program supported by NAU. I think that's great. I met several. This is my second trip to Arizona in less than a week. I don't know why I didn't just stay here. I don't know why I went back east. That was poor planning. But anyway, I had a great week last week visiting programs around the region here, and I met a really dynamic senior companion named Rhonda Hollis. And she dedicates her time to 6 individuals, families, 6 frail, shut-in, frail, elderly individuals who literally wouldn't be able to live in their home or live in the home of their family members without her being able to touch base several times a week and spend time allowing the caregivers to get out and do some errands, also allowing some of them to take part in their jobs and have the safety of knowing that Rhonda is there with the parent or grandparent. So that's a great senior companion program. I haven't met Shirley Kozowski yet. I don't know if Shirley's here. Is Shirley here? Shirley is not here. Well, I read about Shirley, and Shirley won an award from the Women's Auxiliary from the local veterans program. And she's a spouse of a veteran, maybe a widow of a veteran. And I understand she's an AmeriCorps member, partnered with RSVP. And she was recognized for connecting veterans and military families and active military to resources. And that's so important that we take care of our veterans and our military families. What a great example of how AmeriCorps can take care of our most precious, those who are putting their lives in the line of fire so that we can have our freedom in this great state and this great community and throughout America. So there's so many stories that I learn around the country as I meet AmeriCorps members and Senior Corps volunteers. But it's just great to see that Mesa cares. So for all of you AmeriCorps members, Vistas, Senior Corps participants, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the commitment that you're making. You are giving a year of your life, some of you more than a year, to national service to this community. And that's what this day is about. It's about taking time and just saying, we appreciate you, we thank you, and God bless all of you. So thanks for having me in this beautiful city, and I look forward to coming back in Austin in August when it's exactly the same weather. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Wendy. I would now like to introduce Bob Sjogren. Bob Sjogren is the director of the Governor's Commission on Service and Volunteerism, a governor-appointed state entity that encourages engagement in service and volunteer efforts and provides oversight and administration of Arizona's AmeriCorps state programming in partnership with the Corporation for National and Community Service. Their mission is to provide Arizona communities with opportunities to be strengthened through service and volunteerism. Welcome, Bob.
Thanks, Michelle. Wendy, Mayor Giles, Councilman Luna, National Service leaders and members, friends and guests, I bring warm greetings and heartfelt congratulations from Arizona's 23rd Governor, Doug Ducey. We have tremendous respect and greatly admire the significant contributions that national service programs of AmeriCorps State National, AmeriCorps Vista, AmeriCorps National Civilian Community Corps, and Senior Corps programs contribute to the lives of Arizona citizens across our great state. National service in Arizona has accomplished so much good in strengthening the fabric of community, which helps to make Arizona a great state to raise a family. One of the, I think, really unique opportunities we have as a state in this delivery system of AmeriCorps is a state component that is operated through the Governor's Commission on Service and Volunteerism. So we have a modicum of, I guess, a great deal of local control in identifying local priorities and finding great ways to address those local priorities through service, volunteerism, and national service. And I'd just like to highlight a few of those kind of state-level priorities that we've identified over the years. We have AmeriCorps members that are helping to make public lands and forests safe across the state. We have AmeriCorps members serving veterans and military families. AmeriCorps members serve as mentors and tutors in school. They help us to conserve water. They assist with food security and help with housing, and they help Arizona's aging population. And I can't think of a community that has made better use of this AmeriCorps resource through AmeriCorps State and AmeriCorps Vista. I can't think of a better organization than Mesa United Way and Helen's Hope Chest. And I think this really could be held up as a model for the rest of the country to see how service works for foster kids in Arizona and service works for our community here. So I think these folks deserve a huge round of applause for what they've accomplished with AmeriCorps resources. I will also say that we have a new governor, and we have a new governor with lots of new interests in terms of how to bolster and support community. And we have a new director for the Governor's Office for Children, Youth, and Families, Debbie Moak, who is really looking at sharpening the focus on how all of the resources available through our office can serve community and be a huge source of service. So With that, I'd like to say that we do have a request for grant application on the street for the next round of AmeriCorps funding, and we sure hope you all take a look at that and figure out a way to apply. So thank you, and thanks for the service to all of you AmeriCorps members and Senior Corps members, and we appreciate this opportunity, and we mostly appreciate Wendy being here and being a part of this day with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Next, please welcome Amy Trethaway. Amy is the director of Mesa Council on College, which is a partnership between City of Mesa, Mesa Public Schools, and Mesa Community College. The goal of Mesa Council on College is to double college attendance and completion rates for students. The Access Center is one more step in the right direction for reaching that goal. Welcome, Amy.
Thanks, Michelle. I really appreciate it. I just can't tell you how happy I am today to be here to recognize my AmeriCorps and Vista members, and also to talk a little bit about what the College Access Center is, what it's going to do for the community, and to give you a tour, hopefully, at the end of this event. So, the Mesa Council on College Access Center will be a free, full-service access center for students and basically anyone in the community who's interested in increasing their education. So we will be providing services for people who are interested in things like looking into colleges, certificate programs, and that also includes 2- or 4-year degree programs and any type of certification. So the purpose of the Access Center really is to serve as a one-stop shop in our community for some post-secondary access and direction. We consider college any credential beyond high school, which leads to gainful employment, which is why, as an Access Center, part of our philosophy is that we will support any individual if they're interested in obtaining, let's say, maybe they need their GED and then they're interested in becoming a mechanic, or someone who's graduated high school and is interested in attending, say, Mesa Community College or a 4-year university either here in Arizona or somewhere else. So we have a wide reach in terms of who we're trying to help. We've also, in addition to that, we've developed a unique advising system for our customers to receive advisement and information leading them to college. Our goal really is to not just get them to any college. So what we've done is we've designed a program where we will find the best fit for them in terms of what their educational goals are, including their personal interest, also including what they're looking for in a campus life, diversity on campus, the location of the college, and also their total out-of-pocket annual expense to attend that either institution or certification program. Some of the services included in the College Access Center, other than advising, include financial aid education for students and their parents, also GED support services, as I mentioned. We also plan on offering some PSAT and SAT prep services, and there's a whole array of other things that we will provide that if you have questions about that, see me after and I can expand on that. In addition to myself and our program assistant back there, Ricardo Villa-Sanchez, our partners, Mesa Community College and Mesa Public Schools, and a new leaf here at Mesa Can, we're proud to be enhancing the post-secondary support within the community here collectively in the city of Mesa. In addition to our partners, the wonderful thing about this whole project is that we were awarded 2 AmeriCorps members and a Vista member by the Mesa United Way, and they are all here with us today. So Dr. Judy Lawrence is here with us. Also, we have Amy Williams. And also Miss Elisa Phillips. So together with Ricardo and I, we formed quite a team, and I can tell you with full confidence that this Access Center really would not be as successful as it has been so far and will be in the future without the support of this state and national team and these people right here. They've been significant in the planning, significant in the staffing, and they're significant in the entire process. So a big thanks to you for your willingness and interest in national service. I'd also like to thank my board of directors, Dr. Pan, Dr. Cowan, and Chris Brady, who are here today. Also, Mesa City Council for their instrumental support in making this happen and supporting us. Also, the Mesa United Way and the Corporation for National and Community Service. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mayor John Giles. Mayor Giles is serving his first term as mayor of Mesa. He is a Mesa native and served on the city council from 1996 to 2000. Mayor Giles is committed to build on Mesa's success and take our community to the next level. Giles is one of 46 Arizona mayors and elected officials to sign on to the Mayor's Day of Recognition for National Service. Welcome, Mayor.
Thank you. It really is an honor and a privilege for me to be here on Mayor's Day of Recognition for National Service. And I think we all ought to kind of pinch ourselves that we're so lucky on this day to have the Chief Volunteering Officer of the United States of America, Wendy Spencer, in Mesa, Arizona. It's kind of like, I was trying to describe this to a group earlier today, I think it's kind of like having a Christmas party and Santa Claus comes to the party. And in this case, it would be the real Santa Claus, not just somebody dressed up like Santa Claus. Or Tom Brady shows up at your Super Bowl party, you know? We are kind of, I think I'm way too fond of saying that Mesa is the center of the universe, but really today, really, we are, okay? Yeah. Yeah. So Wendy, thank you for being here. I met Wendy, and I hadn't planned on saying this, but I met Wendy a few months ago when I was I'm a brand new mayor, but I was a really brand new mayor several months ago, and I was in Washington, D.C. for a meeting, and somehow I got off a bus and I was in the White House, sitting down at a table of new mayors, and sitting next to me was Wendy. And she said, "Oh, who are you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm the mayor of Mesa, Arizona." She said, "You're from Mesa, Arizona?" And I was so impressed that anybody in Washington, you know, could pronounce correctly the name Mesa, Arizona. But Wendy knew more about Mesa, Arizona than I did. And I'm embarrassed to say I'm not exaggerating. She pulled out a binder and told me more about Mesa than I had learned in the 54 years that, of living here. So we're so appreciative not only that you're here, but when you're not here, you're here. You know about us and you care about us and you answer our phone calls, and I think you must have somebody in Washington whose sole job is to take care of Mesa, Arizona, and we appreciate the great. Thank you very much. As Wendy mentioned, we have over 400 between Vista, RSVP, AmeriCorps, Senior Corps, over 400 people doing important, vital service in Mesa, Arizona. The jobs that are being filled by these individuals are not unimportant jobs. They are critical jobs. They're critical to the well-being of our community. Mesa Counts on College has been mentioned previously, but Operation Second Wind, which again I agree is one of the cooler names for any program that we've come up with, is supporting things like a New Leaf, Helen's Hope Chest, the Salvation Army, Save the Family. And again, these are the critical positions in our community. So we can't say thank you enough for your efforts in our community's behalf. It is important that we do single out the Mesa United Way for the reason that we are here. So Dan, thank you for all that you're doing. I am so glad that Claudia is here because I think Dan would be the first one to say that Claudia did a lot of the heavy lifting in establishing the model that we are here to celebrate today. So Claudia, thank you for all that you've done. And again, the main reason I'm here, and the words I really want you to recall, if any, from what I had to say today, is thank you. Thank you to those who are working on our behalf and doing the really very, very important work in our community. We love you. We appreciate you. Wendy, we are going to keep that phone ringing in Washington, D.C. The other thing I feel a little compelled to note is we have Dr. Pan and Dr. Cowan here from our education community. As you know, a part of Mesa's history and a part of our core values is to support education in our community. That's been our legacy, I think, for decades, if not longer. And we are going to use these programs to assist the education community as much as we can as you face the challenges that you have. So thank you for the good work that you're doing in our community. And thanks again for being here.